Sure do love this country we live in, and I was raised by and stood beside those who fought to keep it free. Now it's on us to pass on that freedom. I just want to take this time to show my appreciation the best way that I can. It goes.
Hey, this is Mr. Struck 88. I'm going to do a review on the Blackbird SK-5. First of all, with this knife, I want to say this is 100% American made. All the way from the designer, all the way to the makers, and all the way to the steel. First of all, the maker is Paul Scheider. He's the owner of Hedgehog's Leatherworks. And no, he's not some big CEO behind a desk of McDonald's and trying to come up with a consumer ideal. There was a lot of thought behind this knife. And after having this knife for 6 months, I was even able to tell. The maker of this knife is Ontario. They've been around for decades. And if anyone's not familiar with Ontario, you can always Yahoo it or Google it. I'm not going to go much into the makers of that part of it. The steel, on the other hand, is a 154 CM, which is an American steel. It's corrosion resistant, which I know for a fact that it is, because this knife's been through winter, sleet, rain, sunshine, and she has not rusted at all. I've never had to even oil this thing. The blade's about 5 inches long. It has a flat grind to it. Real easy to sharpen. I sharpened this thing twice since I've had it. I sharpened it the first day when I got it because I wanted just more of a sharper edge, which only took about like 60 seconds or so. And then I sharpened it just recently, about a week and a half ago, just kind of fine tune the edge, because I use this thing every weekend for the past 6 months. The thickness, I think it's like 3.3 or 3.5 millimeters, which is a nice thickness. If you notice, it's a total is flat, which is easier to baton with. And if you look at the point, she's perfectly centered to the butt of the knife, which is great for doing small work, and it also makes the blade a lot stronger. I mean, we built shelters, 1, 2, 3 shelters already with this knife. The handle, I should say, which I'm very impressed with, is with these bolts, because they're locked together. Not like when you get like a BK7 or a BK2, you usually have to use Loctite to lock it in. Never had no problems with these coming loose. Never even had to use, I haven't even actually looked at to see what kind of head that I have to use. Works perfect. The handle for your finger protector is great too, because my fingers fit in here perfectly. There's no, if there's any slip, I should say, I'm going to kind of miss the blade. Not like, for example, like the BK7. As you can see, I'm kind of remodifying this, which I'm going to compare the blades in a second here, because I stripped off that black coating, which you notice this does not have. Your finger does not fit right in there. The handle, as you can see, it's been used quite often. She looks like she's worn, but she's still grippy. I don't even have to get no grip tape for it. This here is a handle for the BK7, which is, I don't think it's the same material, but this is brand new. This isn't. This still has a grip on it. If you look at the lanyard, you don't have like the center drill. It's more of a rectangular, which I found out it comes in handy. I mean, I don't really use lanyards much unless if I'm planning to do a lot of whacking. But then again, you have an X for that. You don't exactly really want to use a knife, which I know there's a lot of videos with the BK7s and on about chopping down trees. My opinion on that, it's pretty stupid. If you look at the bottom of it, it's flat. It's great for pounding. Now, obviously, we're not going to sit there and pound, mostly bushcrafting, but in a survival situation, you may have to open up a can of soup and It'll be easier just to pound on there, you know, with a big stick. But overall, this knife, I would give a 10. And I also want to show a comparison, like with a Kershaw. I know this is a pocket knife, but even the make of the steel, you can actually tell the difference. This is the BK7 with the coating, which I don't like the coating because you get a little drag, and plus, let's say if you have to mix up some coffee real quick, yeah, I always worry about the flakes coming in there, because like that BK7, it started flaking. I only had that for about 2 months. I decided to go buy that one and give this to my wife, and now I'm trying to figure out how I can get this back from my wife without this being part of me, because that would be a problem, and that would be in a very expensive bill. The weight of this knife, I want to say it's about 8.4 ounces, which is a great weight. Mostly on your hip, you don't feel it tugging on your belt, and when you're using it for fine woodworking to building bigger projects, it's perfect. There's nothing I can say any different with. For example, like the BK7, I know it's a bigger knife, but you can tell the weight's different by a huge amount. And this is more lopsided. This weight's more equal, and it's pretty much like an extension of your hand. I would highly recommend buying this knife, not just because it's American made, not because the owner, the designer's not a CEO. I would buy this knife because it's worth every penny that I paid for it. And I think I paid $119 plus shipping for it. And with steel prices going up, and I looked online yesterday, and I think it was at $117, which is better than what I paid for. I would probably end up picking up another one. I know I will. But I actually want to get a leather sheath for this if I can claim this one back from the wife. So thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe. Be kind of gentle on me because this is my first review. But I felt that this knife is definitely worth a review on. Any questions, please leave it in the comments, and I'll try to answer back to you as soon as possible. And thanks for watching.